All right, so let me show you what you should be able to expect when you first walk in through the doors, okay? So first of all, after you've done your check-in, we do have a pretty large lobby area, and that's for you to relax before class. So you can come a few minutes. We do ask everyone to come in 5 to 10 minutes before class, so that way you can get yourself stretched out, get acclimated, and be ready to go when class starts, okay? We also do have, we have 2 large chairs in this lobby area here, right? So that way you can come, you can read a book, you can learn some things about fitness as you're here. And then as we go back this way, you know, within the facility, we have a large sofa. Now, we don't have childcare, but we do allow your children here. There's an extra waiver that you'll sign for that. All we ask is that your children stay on the sofa, stay in this area, stay off of the blue mat, and they actually look at you working out, or they read a book, play on the iPad, whatever they're going to do. But as long as they're quiet and good, we are fine with them being here. All right, as we move along this way a little bit, here's our retail wall. Guys, you can see all the different shirts, Don't Quit, Wine Later, all those things like that. So we're really excited about the shirts. As a new member, you get 20% off on your first week. If you wanted to buy any of these retail, we want you to represent Coppell Fit Body Bootcamp, so make sure you get some bootcamp swag. Over here we have our cooler, so we have water, we have vitamin water, we have protein shakes. You know, we want to make sure that you're nourished before and after your workout. If you don't bring water, we have it here for you. It's not that costly, okay? All right, so let me go back out this way. Now, when you do your first workout, what we do is we start off with a dynamic warm-up. It's really important for you to warm up, one, because we want to make sure those muscles are nice and warm, so that way they lengthen and we can reduce risk of injury. Everything for us here is injury prevention, and we'll talk about that with some of the pieces of equipment. You'll be able to see that as well. So when we come out on the floor, you notice a large floor area. So the one thing I want to talk about too is the carpet. You know, so with this carpet here, you will notice that it is really thick, about 1.5 inch thick foam with a carpeted mat. The reason why we picked this is because this actually reduces your risk of injury for ankles, knees, hips, and we know those are injured more often, so we picked this floor specifically for that, and it will help to reduce your risk versus being outside on a hardwood floor. Now, within your warm-up, normally the warm-up is going to consist of about 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, and that's going to be dynamic movements. So we don't want to take a cold muscle and start to warm up. If you do a basically called a static stretch, you just stretch this way, and it's like having a rubber band. If I stretch a rubber band as far as it can go, it's going to pop. But if I do this a few times with that rubber band, then I can allow the rubber band to do what? Expand, and I'll reduce injury. Exactly the same thing we're going to do with a dynamic warm-up. So we're probably going to do things like push-ups, or jumping jacks, or running in place, or high knees. We may even do some mountain climbers. We're going to do a few different things to get your body warm, so that way you are prepared for exercise. And then we'll kind of break off, and I'll show you the exercise that we're going to do. Normally, there's going to be boards all around, okay? And I'll show you this one here. So you have a board here on the ground for bus drivers. This is one of the exercises that we may do. So when these boards are around, we normally have a 4-station rotation. And there's different models that we will use. We've been open for a while now. We haven't done the same workout yet, and that's our goal not to. We want to make sure we're constantly adjusting. We're always allowing your body to continue to grow. And if we do the same things over and over again, your body's going to stop. So our goal is to continue to challenge you so you can get better and progress every time. So on the stations, if we had our standard would be a 4-station rotation. The first station here, this is going to be our dumbbell rack. So we have dumbbells. We have everything from 5 pounds all the way up to, say, 30, right? We don't use the heavy weights. It's not about resistance. It's about time on tension, and that's important. So with the dumbbells here, right, so soft grips, you can do multiple things. We're never going to do what you call a single jointed activity, which is just a bicep curl. But we may do a squat with a bicep curl, okay? That way we're incorporating not only the aerobic component, but also the anaerobic component, and we're doing multiple muscles, which we know more muscle you use, the better your metabolism. Okay, so that's the first station. So let me go over this area here. Second station is our battle rope station. Now we use this for a lot of different things, but battle ropes are what you call progressive resistance. So using this different resistance with the battle ropes, right? We'll do different things from, you actually do some waves, we'll do some slams, a lot of things we'll do with the battle ropes. We even sometimes use our resistance bands over here to give us a different kick. But the battle rope station is all for cardio. That allows us to be able to get the heart rate up. We get the heart rate up, we start to burn calories as well, and then we can go more into the fat burning zone with a combination of resistance and anaerobic training. All right, so let's go to the third station. Now, our third station is our resistance wall. Now, with the resistance wall, we have a few different apparatus. One of those apparatus is the suspension straps. If you haven't used the suspension straps before, the keys to suspension strap is that you're using your own body weight, okay? So we picked these specifically because you have very soft handles. They really feel good. It actually has a unilateral movement, and you can actually do this on its own. So they're independent. I can do one arm versus the other. A lot of this is going to be body weight training, so we're going to be working a lot of core, which is really important to us. Every exercise we do will always incorporate the core. All right, as we work through most of these movements, let's say if I'm doing a row and I'm rowing up, there are modifications. Now I want to pause here for a second and say there's modifications for any activity that we do. If we're doing a row, right, you may be able to do this. Another person may need to go a little bit further to get a little bit more resistance. One person may need to do this with one arm. So any exercise can be modified regardless of your fitness level. We meet with everyone. We have clients as young as 12. We have some as old as 80. So the goal is to make sure within a class setting, everyone can be adapted and everyone can work out here. Okay, so that's one of the places at this station, or sometimes we're going to use the blue resistance bands. Now with these, this is progressive resistance. So if you notice, there's a little bit of resistance going across. The great thing about this piece of equipment here is that it's very multi-functional. So I can actually rotate. Let's say if I had a shoulder injury, I can go through. I can do inner and outer. It's a few different motions I can do here, not just resistance. So really like that piece for really changing up your exercise. All right, so let's go over to the fourth station. Fourth station is kind of multi-functional. A lot of different activities over here, okay? So one of the first ones, we have our medicine balls. So these can be called medicine balls, can be called wall balls. So we do a few different things with these balls. Sometimes, we're just pressing up and down, okay? Other times, we're throwing it on the wall. We may be slamming them. We may be on top of them, but we use these for different things. And we have anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds. Going a little bit further, we have our slam balls. Now, the slam balls are used specifically for resistance, right? So this one right here we have a 10-pound, and we slam these a lot, okay? The goal is if you break it, you don't buy it, but you break it, you get an award because I'm going to give it to you. Because it's exciting to actually break a ball and use your abdominals to really forcefully do this. This is like doing a standing crunch. We use this a lot. And then we also have our plyo boxes. Again, going back to that theme of safety, when you look at the plyo boxes, these are soft boxes. So we don't do a lot of jumps. We don't do a lot of bouncing. The goal is not to leave the ground so often because that, again, increases your risk. Our goal is to, first of all, be safe, then to progress, then to get you to your goal. So with these boxes, we may do leg raises, we do chest press, we do a few different things on that, but you'll never be jumping up 30 inches, 26 inches or so. Our goal is to keep you less than 12 inches off the ground, okay? All right, so those are our basic 4 stations. Now let me show you when you do come in, the other thing is some people come in at the beginning and you actually want to change. Let me show you our locker rooms or our restroom area. So if you come back this way, this first door, this is my office, this is where we do our consultations, okay? And then as you come back, there's 2 restroom areas, very large restrooms, that you can go in. Here's one on the right, and here's one on the left, okay, with these restrooms. Now with the restrooms, they are unisex, okay? So we do have 2 for that reason, so people can come on in. So again, like I said, I'm excited to have you guys here. This is everything we have to offer. It's about 2,500 square feet of space. We normally have anywhere from 5 to 30 people in a class. As we grow, we have multiple trainers that come in and they actually will assist. But again, remember, this is personal training, so you still are going to have that individualization. Our newbies may have need a little bit more time versus some of our veterans, but guess what? Because this is a fitness family, we ask everyone to help. So you will be part of a family, not just one. So I'm excited to have you here. Hope everything goes well. If you have any questions, again, give us a call, shoot me an email, send me a text. Either way, we are here to help you at any point in time. I'm so excited that you're part of our fitness family. I can't wait for you to come back in for your next session. Talk to you soon.